Picture colossal ships fighting against fierce storms and waves. We're about to see shocking incidents where cargo ships lost their valuable cargo. This countdown of epic proportions shows the strength of nature, the difficulties seafarers face, and the size of these huge vessels. Today's topic is both immensely fascinating and slightly troubling. The occurrences involving cargo ships losing containers at sea that were documented on camera will be examined in more detail below. These catastrophic incidents serve as a reminder of the difficulties the marine sector faces. Prepare to be shocked by heart-stopping scenes as we explore. Cargo ship loses containers caught on camera. Let's get started. Cargo ship 1 Apus. Cargo ship 1 Apus lost a huge portion of its cargo to extreme weather at sea. In the Pacific Ocean, 1,816 containers went overboard from the 1 Apus on November 30. The vessel was forced to abandon many containers due to severe weather conditions. It is considered the second cargo ship lost in history after the sinking of the Moal Comfort in 2013. The 1 Apus was about 1,600 miles off Hawaii when the storm hit. The Japanese flag was en route from Yancheng in China to Long Beach in the U.S. 64 lost containers held dangerous goods, including fireworks, batteries, and liquid ethanol. The ship arrived on December 8 in the Japanese port of Koh and will get a full safety check. The remaining containers will be removed after the ship has been declared safe. Containers lost at sea pose a risk to other vessels, marine wildlife, and shorelines. Securing and recovering floating containers is a good idea to minimize the risks. The vastness of oceans and difficulties associated with retrieval make retrieving all lost containers hard. The loss of so many containers can seriously affect the maritime industry and its operations. The containers could have been filled with a variety of products and goods destined for destinations all over the world. Loss of containers is not only a financial burden for the shipping company, but also has environmental implications. Zim Kingston. Can anyone claim the flotsam and jetsam found on the shore when a cargo container falls overboard? Since man first learned to navigate the seas, rough weather and heavy waves have been the biggest threats to ships. Last Friday, October 22, the Zim Kingston container ship, operated by Israeli company Zim Integrated Shipping Services, passed through gale force winds and was met with 16 to 20 foot high waves. Around 70 kilometers west of the Juan de Fuca Strait caused the ship to list and send 40 cargo boxes overboard. The U.S. and Canadian Coast Guards are already monitoring most fallen overboard containers. However, few remain unaccounted for and pose a risk to marine traffic. 2 of the burned containers contained potassium enanthate, a reactive flammable material that prevented the responders from applying water directly to the fire. 2 of the containers that caught fire contained potassium enanthate. This reactive flammable substance prevents firefighters from putting water on the fire directly. 16 crew members were evacuated, while 5 remained on the ship to assist with the firefighting efforts. Hazmat firefighters are also on the scene, and a salvage team is already present. According to the latest information, the fire aboard the Zim Kingston is now stabilized. The crew is safe, despite the toxic smoke that comes from the ship. Monitoring shows that the smoke plume disperses before it reaches any populated areas. This recent incident raised a few concerns in your mind. Who pays for the damages when there are incidents on ships? The ship owners will be responsible for the damages, but ships are insured. The owner of the ship will likely declare general standards now. The shippers and cargo owners will share some financial responsibility if or when this happens. Water can cause some containers to sink if it gets into the box through seals or vents. Containers with lighter and buoyant cargo inside may keep them afloat. This is why stories have been told of containers that floated across oceans only to be found months later. MSC Napoli English Channel 2007. Next, we will show you that MSC Napoli, a cargo vessel caught on the English Channel in a storm. Chaos ensued on the deck as a result of rough seas. This incident is a good reminder that cargo ships face inherent risks, even in calm waters. The 275-meter MSC Napoli, sailing from Belgium to Portugal in January 2007, developed a crack after heavy rains in the English Channel. The 26 crew members abandoned the ship successfully, leaving it adrift near Cornwall in England. Officials feared the vessel could break up or sink, so they intentionally beached it in Lyme Bay near Branscombe. Salvage crews removed fuel and cargo and refloated Napoli on July 9. However, it was soon determined that the vessel was too damaged to be towed, so they decided to re-beach it 3 days later. The bow section of the ship hull was removed in August 2007 and taken to Harland and Wolff shipyards in Belfast, Northern Ireland, for recycling and disposal. In March 2008, the plan to tow the bow and stern sections to Harland and Wolff in Belfast was abandoned. Instead, the pieces were cut up and removed by Situ, Harland, and Wolff in the English Channel. Rena, New Zealand, 2011. On October 5, 2011, at about 7 a.m., the 224-meter container ship Rena hit the Astrolabe short in New Zealand while sailing towards Tauranga. Salvers tried to minimize the environmental impact by exposing the ship to the elements for months. In January 2012, due to the ocean's pounding surf, the Rena is split into two, leaving the salvagers with only one choice: to demolish the wreck on the reef. The incident ended with the release of 200 tons of heavy oil fuel and the loss of many cargo containers. New Zealand's Prime Minister declared the wreck the worst maritime catastrophe in New Zealand's history. The second officer of Rena had diverted from the planned course to Tauranga to meet the pilot boat deadline. The course change caused the ship to go over the reef chart, and no one realized it until it was too late. The master and second officers were arrested and sentenced to 7 months in jail. What was their role in this disaster? NSC Flaminia, North Atlantic, 2013. A series of explosions and a large fire in the cargo hold of the German flag container vessel NSC Flaminia occurred during a North Atlantic voyage in July 2012. The explosions and fire led to the tragic loss of 4 people. The remaining crew abandoned the ship and were rescued by a Good Samaritan vessel. The 300-meter vessel burned for weeks, releasing toxic smoke and causing serious damage to the vessel. Due to its environmental hazards, the ship had been denied refuge in Wilhelmshaven for several months. Germany eventually agreed to take her nearly 3 months after she exploded. The NSC Flaming Blaze was finally repaired in 2014, and the ship returned to service. Accidents like this serve as a reminder of the need for effective risk management and the requirement for precise navigation. These occurrences are a reminder of the difficulties the shipping sector faces and the strong forces of nature. These moments, from terrifying storms to towering waves and navigational mishaps to unexpected accidents, show the courage and resilience needed in the shipping industry. We appreciate you being here today. Please share your opinions in the comment box. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and remember to subscribe to the channel for more exciting videos. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the following video. Until next time, remain safe, stay interested, and keep exploring.